Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today, I thought we'd take a quick look at a series of comics I was able to obtain at a good price. There's a lot of hype, once again, about the Shadows of the Empire, which is a long-forgotten sort of piece of Star Wars history that came out in '97, and it was a fantastic story that took place between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. It's the recovery mission to try to get the strike team to rescue Han from the clutches of Jabba the Hutt, as well as a very interesting story between Darth Vader and Prince Xizor, who's the leader of Black Sun, the crime syndicate. And the Black Sun crime syndicate has its fingers all throughout Star Wars. Jabba the Hutt is a member of the Black Sun crime syndicate. The Pike organization that we saw in some of the prequels, the Mandalorians and everything, that's all the Black Sun. They have their fingers involved in everything. And Prince Xizor and his organization tried to supplant Vader as the Emperor's right hand. Now, it didn't go so well, spoiler alert, but it yielded a really fantastic, interesting story. So also, you'll see there's Luke Skywalker starting to look a little bit more like the Jedi Knight we know. And here's Boba Fett. Now, Boba Fett was not in the novel of Shadows of the Empire, but he did make an appearance in the video game for the M64. And Hasbro and Kenner marketed Shadows of the Empire with Boba Fett as one of the main draws. They know he sells, so they put him in the toy line. They put him in the Micro Machines, the mainline Kenner Hasbro releases. He was a figure. He was a statue. He was everywhere. However, he did not play prominently in the story, but he still fits in well because the whole story takes place around the recovery of Han. So I understand why they did it. And again, it left you wanting much, much more Boba Fett. Here's an interesting piece of Star Wars history where Luke Skywalker is now wielding the green saber chronologically for the first time. This is the first time we have a chance to see Luke doing it. And as you can see, it's an interesting blend. His costume in the comic books is a blend between his old Hoth, he's got his Hoth vest on for some reason, but he's also got the black tunic on that we see when he's a fully realized Jedi Knight in Return of the Jedi. So it's kind of that Luke Skywalker in between. And but again, this is historically and chronologically the first time we see the green lightsaber. And then in this copy, issue number 4, this is also chronologically the first time Leia would wear her Bouche costume, and the first time we see Chewbacca and other than his bandolier. So Chewbacca is known as the bounty hunter Snuva, and his alias, and he wears this Snuva Wookiee armor. And so this is chronologically the first time we see Chewbacca sort of role-playing, as it were. And I know that this came out 15 years before Return of the Jedi. However, this would be chronologically the first time we see Leia in her Bouche costume. And it's a really beautiful cover, really interesting cover. And then in the second to last, the penultimate issue, you might say, this is Luke Skywalker going ham with his green lightsaber. And again, we're starting to see that very iconic Luke Skywalker fully realized Jedi Knight coming out. And so this is really the story where he takes up the moniker of Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight. And then in the final episode, Prince Xizor and Vader, there's a lot of friction, you might say, between those two, battling for the favor of the Emperor. And the Emperor is not so easily swayed, and so he makes Xizor try to prove his worth against Darth Vader. And of course, Darth Vader ain't having it. But what a fantastic story. Very interesting story. So that's just a quick look at something that I find to be a really awesome piece of Star Wars lore. If you don't know Shadows of the Empire, I encourage you to read the book, play the video game, look at the media. There's a soundtrack for it. There's an audio book. Awesome story. Definitely familiarize yourself with Shadows of the Empire. It's kind of what we always thought we wanted from Disney. I'll put it that way. So anyways, thank you so much for looking. I hope you enjoyed it, and take care.